Hello, it is I, Slim Two Wheel, coming at you with a video. Well, I thought it was gonna happen sometime. I did not think it was gonna happen the way it did, but it did. As you guys can tell by the title, I crashed my CBR 600. This is some of the footage of the earlier day. I'm just gonna voice over all of it because A, it was really windy, and we were just practicing wheelies and kind of cruising around. And sadly, I did not get my crash on cam, but in my defense, I'm kind of glad I didn't because it was probably one of the stupidest ways I could have fallen off my bike. And yeah, I definitely learned my lesson going forth now. Um, I did wear all of my gear, so I had my padded pants that I had gotten. I was wearing my leather jacket, which is not exactly a riding jacket, nor is it real leather. And then riding gloves and a helmet. I didn't have my riding boots, but luckily I wasn't going crazy fast. Um, yeah, I mean, sadly, without the footage, I can't really show you guys exactly what happened, but I can kind of explain what happened and what I learned and sort of like an insight for new riders and also other riders that just don't wear gear, that maybe it's kind of a good idea to wear gear. Yeah, I just happened to be cruising in town. We had just gone back from this ride out into the lake, and it was just a normal day of riding, really. And then as we were approaching town, we started slowing down, obviously, and we were just kind of relaxing. And when we get into town, we kind of get like into this mood where we can just like do whatever we want on our bike and kind of just relax. And yeah, I thought I could like side straddle my bike for a little bit. And then as I was like trying to get back to like sitting normally on my bike, I realized I'm like, hey, I'm starting to lean a little bit to this curb here. I'm just gonna like try to counter steer. But as we were slowing down, I realized counter steer is no longer available because we're not going fast enough. So now it's like normal steering. So if you turn right, you turn right. If you turn left, you turn left. Where if you're counter steering at high speeds, it's you put pressure on your right hand, you go left, and then vice versa. But yeah. So I had realized that, and then by the time I had already realized that, I was already like scraping the whole left hand side of my bike against this curb. I was pretty afraid of like damaging the bike, but I mean at this point I was already against the curb, like grinding against it. I tried slowing down. I wasn't slowing down quick enough. I was losing my balance. I could almost feel like the bike was about to tip over or like ride up the curb. And either of those options, I was kind of just like, well, this isn't great. So I bailed. I looked at the ground and made that split second decision that, hey, I'm not going that fast. I'll just bail. And then that, like, just see what happens. Yeah, basically, I hit the ground, immediately busted my knee into like the curb slash the top of the pad. And the top of this pad was not like smooth finished concrete. It was literally like concrete with rocks sticking out of it that were like cemented in. I don't know how to really describe it other than that. And yeah, that was not fun. I was probably going around 50 kilometers an hour. Hit the ground. My knee took most of the impact. I rolled a bit, got up. I was like, that just happened. Looked at cars. Cars were like, luckily we only had like I think two or three cars behind us that were in the slow lane. So I was in the fast lane, so I wasn't really in their way or nothing, and there was no debris or nothing. Like my bike was literally just like chilling against this curb, and then I was like 10 feet away from it. But yeah, so I got up, and immediately, of course, after a crash, you get a huge adrenaline dump. So I got up, grabbed the bike, tried to put it into first, realized my shifter is completely snapped off. I cannot put this into first gear or neutral, any of that. So I just put the clutch in and started pushing it across the road. Luckily, people had paid attention and stopped and like waited for me to cross. And then yeah, and then once the bike was on the kickstand and I could kind of just dump all my gear or not just my backpack and stuff onto the ground, then I can sort of try to go over what just happened. Why am I this dumb? And is something broken? My hands were killing me. My fingers in particular, they were killing me. I don't know why. It was just maybe from smacking the ground. My knee, I felt immediately. My knee was in an insane amount of pain. I knew there was gashes in it, and I knew it was really, really, really bruised. And then I felt some pain on my side, which I had gotten scraped up where the pants and my jacket had met. I'm guessing it just slid up a little bit, and I got a little bit of road rash there. But my knee was killing me. Now, I have padded pants, but they're not exactly tight fitting to me. So my guess is the pad took the initial force and then slid off to the side or something, and my knee took the rest because, yeah, my knee, wow, it was really really swollen. Next day I could barely walk on it or put any pressure on it. Going upstairs was insanely hard. It was just a lot of icing and cleaning, icing and cleaning, icing and cleaning because literally that's all I could do to really prevent any infections or any more bruises or anything like that. I had also bruised the crap out of my elbow on my right side. So that jacket I was wearing, it's not padded at all. It's not real leather, yet it still protected my entire upper body from any road rash, and it didn't really like stop blunt force. So that's why my elbow went completely green. It was a very big bruise on my elbow. Um, but yeah, that's sort of just what happened. I mean, it was bound to happen. Every rider says like with this hobby that you will crash eventually. Whether how bad or not it is kind of up to you, and how prepared you are is also up to you. Luckily, I was wearing basic, not perfect gear, but basic gear that you could be easily afford and get, and it had prevented me from A, getting really chewed up by the cement, and B, potentially breaking and injuring myself even more than what I have. Um, the fact that I was able to get up and not have any broken bones and push my bike off to the side of the road and then kind of relax and calm down a bit is insane because yeah, it was the hardest slam I've taken, that's for sure. I've taken some hard slams doing other stupid stuff like wakeboarding, snowboarding, stuff like that. But this was, yeah, definitely the worst. And I was only going 50 kilometers an hour, like not even going that fast. You would think 50 kilometers an hour is very slow until you hit the ground, and then you realize, yeah, it's not so slow. But yeah, so I am gonna be potentially out of motorcycle content for a little bit until I can fix the bike. The bike had a coolant hose hole in it, and then I broke my shifter, like I had said, and that's really about it. A couple other scrapes and stuff on the rims, not too worrisome. And that's really about it. I didn't damage the bike that bad because it kind of locked itself on the curb. So I potentially could have rode away from it, but when you're stuck in that scary situation, like you either focus up or dial in and get away from it, or like it literally just takes that split second of panic and it just changes everything. Like it changed I literally felt it. Like I was fine. I was fine. I was analyzing what was going on, trying to analyze my way out of it, but then as soon as I had that little bit of panic in me, I just made a wrong decision and yeah, hit the ground. Luckily, yeah, again, wearing gear is huge. All things considered, I'm very lucky. I didn't damage my bike crazy. I didn't damage myself like crazy. So yeah, I'm pretty thankful for the outcome that I did get. That saying, I've definitely learned my lesson, not to be an idiot and side straddle my bike when clearly I just wasn't ready to do that. I had always imagined I was gonna crash on my bike in different ways. That was probably not one of the ways I had thought of, but it happened. I can now learn from it and move on in my life and hopefully make some better decisions. I'm sorry I didn't have a video for you guys of me crashing, but I thought I'd maybe talk about it just to get it out there and let everyone know that no matter how good of a rider you are or how new you are, like no matter what, you're gonna make a mistake. And if you're a little bit prepared and wear a little bit of gear, it does go a long way. So yeah, I just thought I'd keep it short and sweet. Probably gonna be posting some drifting content coming, so look out for the drifting content. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and see you later. Peace.